Speaking of heat races, we got heat race number 1 in the chute right now. We'll go through the grid right now. Jeff Schmidt starts from the pole of driver of the Freeport, Illinois, and that 19 machine starts from the front spot. Adam Zelmer in the 117 driver 4th place in the championship as it stands. Starts alongside him in 2nd. Connor Carey in the 4C, and your quick qualifier here tonight, Hayden Schmuel. Start on row number 2 with Cohen Henze and Carson Grob, 5th and 6th. 7th, Tim Franz, and 8th, Rusty Loof with Coy Beck. Final car on the grid. 9 cars here in heat race number 1. It'll be 8 for the rest, or the other 3. So we will get ready to go. We're getting some lines scraped over here on into turns 3 to make sure that everybody can get a good view of that track. I'm going to give the cars just a lap or 2 run around, make sure that they can get that track all sorted and make sure that it is in raceable condition. Once again, like I said in my pre-race prep a little bit earlier on the Midwest Legends Dirt Series Facebook page, the 141 crew did a fantastic job getting this track back to where it needed to be after the rainstorms a little bit earlier on this morning. Midwest Legends Dirt Series would also like to thank Apache Stainless Equipment Corporation, an associate sponsor for the 2025 season, manufacturer of stainless equipment for the essential industries all over the world. Founded in 1975, Apache began manufacturing stainless tanks and food processing equipment for local commercial industries. Apache's business was built on a strong Midwestern work ethic and innovated by employee owners driven to serve their customers. Now located in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, they provide products to all over North America. We thank Apache Stainless for their support of the Midwest Legends Dirt Series this season. You can find them today at apachestainless.com. An increased purse here tonight for the national qualifier for the Midwest Legends Dirt Series, proudly presented by Respite Center, Step by Step Respite Center, the premier center for the disabled in the Oshkosh area. We thank Step by Step Respite Center for their support of the Midwest Legends Dirt Series here tonight. Supposed to sponsor the race up at the Hill Raceway earlier on in the season. Unfortunately, that one washed out, so the money gets pushed all over here tonight. And $300 to win. I think it's $50 to start the A main. Plus, that does not count pay throughout the field. Heat race number 1 comes to the track right now. We're taking the top 5 cars to the A main later tonight. The other 4 from this heat race, 3 from the rest will make it to the Fast Line Design and Graphics B main. Top 3 from each heat race will redraw. Redraw number of 12 here tonight with the Midwest Legends Dirt Series as cars 24 cars and up. So we get ready to go. They're going to get a lap around the track, make sure everybody's got their cars ready to go, how they need to go. The field gonna work their way here in turns 3 and 4. Jeff Schmidt, your pole sitter, that 117 machine of Adam Zelmer is outside. Jeff Schmidt yet to pick up an MLDS feature win. He's gotten close a few times, that 19 machine. It's the second time I've seen that 19 machine since he has bought it. The 4C machine of Connor Carey, a little bit further back behind them, has had a rough run here at 141 this year. Ended his last time at 141 upside down over in turn number 2. So hopefully, potentially going to do a little better. And that's as much as I'm going to talk about that 4C car. I've already gone through a few different cars this season. I don't want to jinx that bull chassis number 4C. Schmidt and Zelmer are going to bring us to the green. And an S-towing heat race number 1 for the Midwest Legends Dirt Series is underway. Even start out front between Schmidt and Zelmer. Zelmer with the momentum on the high line, gets the run down the back straightaway, moves into your race lead. Hayden Schmuel trying to take over that second place spot. Maybe tries to take a look to the inside of that 117. Not quite yet. Zelmer the leader at the end of lap 1. Hayden Schmuel, Jeff Schmidt, your top 3 cars. Schmuel moves into the second place spot and now tries to take a look to the inside of that 117 down the back straightaway. Momentum on the 117 side as they work through turns 3 and 4, but up high is Zelmer and down low is Hayden Schmuel, who's making that bottom work. So close at the line, 0.060 at the line. Schmuel looks to the inside of Zelmer, going to throw a slide job up through turns 1 and 2, takes that spot away from the 117. Zelmer going to have to try and mount a charge back to that 59S. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Hayden Schmuel takes over the lead. Adam Zelmer looks to the inside, tries to make a move on that 59S, but he's got to worry about that 19 car of Jeff Schmidt right behind him. Connor Carey in the 4th place spot with Cohen Henze in 5th. Those 5 cars would transfer to the A main. Carson Grob, Tim Franz, Coy Beck and Rusty Loof make it to the B main here a little bit later on tonight at the halfway point. Top 4 cars all somewhat close to each other. Schmuel now starting to run away with the race lead. Zomer going to have to try and close that gap back, but he's really got to deal with that 19 machine. Jeff Schmidt looks to the inside once again, not going to be able to get the job done quite yet there through turns 1 and 2. Battle still will be on for the second place spot. Cohen Hensey slowly starting to close in on that 4C of Connor Carey. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get there quite yet, though. 2 laps to go that time by for Hayden Schmuel. Zomer second, Jeff Schmidt third. Those 3 cars will redraw a little bit later tonight. Connor Carey and Cohen Hensey. 5 cars will make it to the A main. 1 lap to go here for the 59S of Hayden Schmuel, the driver at Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Started from the 4th place spot. He was the quick qualifier here tonight, and he's going to work his way through turns 3 and 4. He's already got 2 parts of the clean sweep done. Hayden Schmuel going to pick up the win in NS Towing Heat Race number 1. A drag race to the line. Adam Zelmer comes home second. Jeff Schmidt third. Connor Carey close behind them in 4th. 5th goes to Cohen Hensey. 6th, Carson Grob. 7th, Tim Franz. And we'll find Coy Beck and Rusty Loof. 8th and 9th here. But it's the R&H Trucking, Klodowski Real Estate, Evans Farm Drainage, Duffy Grain, Fastline Design and Graphics, Sheppy's Auto Body, Schaumburg Supper Club, Last Chance Garage, Barricade Flasher Service, Jersey's Trucking, number 59S. 6 wins on the season for Hayden Schmuel, and he's chasing number 7 here tonight. Picks up the win, heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 coming to the track right now, and it's Cedar Rapids, Iowa native Keith Moline starting from the pole in that 5 machine. Your championship leader and one of 2 Weekday Warrior Series champions this season. Ryan Sullivan in the 95 machine starts alongside him. Chris Sleep in the 4S machine starts alongside Michael Weber in 3rd and 4th. 5th goes to Ryan Meck with Keith Carey in 6th. Cody Moline and Jacob Loof round out the 8 cars. Ready to go here in heat race number 2. Todd Booker in the flag stand gives them the 1 to green. Ready to go racing. Keith Moline, best finish, if I'm not mistaken, of 3rd with the MLDS so far this season. That was back on May 31st at the Maquoketa Speedway. Has a win so far this season. 1 win that came at Benton County Speedway, June 22nd down in Benton, Iowa. He leads the field to green here in NNS Towing Heat Race number 2. Middle lane treacherous as Moline slides up the track, almost gets into that 95 machine of Ryan Sullivan. Michael Weber looks to the inside of Sullivan as they work through turns 3 and 4. Michael Weber and Ryan Sullivan both have wins here at 141 this season. They're trying to keep that streak going as they look into turns 3 and 4. Sullivan down low, Weber up high. They're going to battle through turns 3 and 4. They slowly start to close in on that 5 machine of Keith Moline as they work through turns 1 and 2. Moline slow, and Weber going to suss the 2 of them up. Goes outside to inside as they work through turns 3 and 4. Around the outside of Sullivan and down the inside of Moline, and just like that, Michael Weber 3rd, the 1st. Weber moves up into the race lead. The driver from Paulo, Iowa, works down the back straightaway. Your new race leader with just Cedar Rapids, Iowa native Keith Moline right behind him. Ryan Sullivan in 3rd, the final redraw spot, but he's under pressure from the 4S machine of Chris Sleep. 29M of Ryan Beck right behind them in that final transfer spot. Cody Moline, Keith Carey, and Rusty Loof will have to tag the B main potentially here as they come across the line. My mistake, it's actually Jacob Loof stopped there on the infield, so Loof's heat race comes to an end as the battle for the 2nd place spot still going on. Sullivan works around the outside of Keith Moline that last time by, moves into the 2nd place spot. Moline has pressure from that 4S machine of Chris Sleep. Sleep now looking to the inside of that 5 machine down the back straightaway. Chris Sleep has the spot. Through turns 3 and 4 is Michael Weber, looks for the white flag. 1 lap to go here for Weber. Issues for Keith Moline, hand out the window. Moline's car stays against the wall. Was running in a transfer spot, and he's going to drop out of that. But through turns 3 and 4, it's Palo, Iowa native Michael Weber picking up the win in heat race number 2. Ryan Sullivan second, third. Chris Leap fourth. Ryan Meck. Cody Moline is going to benefit from his dad's misfortune and move up into that final transfer spot. Keith Carey goes home to the, he's going to head his way to the B main with Jacob Loof and Keith Moline finishing a little bit further behind them. But out front, though, it's Legends Direct, MPM Direct, Plum Supply Company, Master Tool Manufacturing, number 8 machine, the driver from Palo, Iowa, picking up the win in heat race number 2. That's Michael Weber. Heat race number 3, if you will, out onto the racing surface right now, the third of 4 NNS Towing heat races. And it's Eric Bloomer, last night's feature winner, starting from the pole. Faith Elmer Schultz will start alongside that 6 machine with Lily Fossbender, Ty Olson, row number 2. Dan Meck and Nate Warner, 5th and 6th. Mackenzie Mall and Talon Newman tagging the rear of the feature, the heat race. Last night's hard charger, Talon Newman, out at Outagamie Speedway currently. Starting shotgun on the field here, did not get out for a qualifying time here tonight. Keep an eye on that 14T machine. Looking at this lineup, he could definitely have a challenge at the win real quickly. Keep an eye on that 14T. He's been knocking on the door of a feature win, and I tell you, it's only a matter of time. Bloomer and Faith going to lead us to the green, ready to go heat racing. And NNS Towing heat race number 3, we're underway. This time it's the pole sitter who gets the jump. Eric Bloomer, your race leader. Lily Fossbender looking to the inside of Faith Zelmer Schultz as they work through turns 3 and 4. That other 7 machine, the 7T of Ty Olson, tries to get involved in the battle as well. 57 features for Ty Olson this season, make it 58 actually after last night. Most of them coming in a legend car. Issues for the 14T of Talon Newman. He's going to work his way, still battling those gremlins, gets his way to the infield. Going to take a little bit of a shortcut and possibly bring that car to a rest. So we stay green here as Newman comes to a halt. The 6 machine of Eric Bloomer is your race leader. Lily Fossbender right behind him, and that 7T of Ty Olson right behind them. Faith Zomer Schultz in the 4th place spot would make the transfer with Nate Warner in 5th. Dan Meck and Mackenzie Mall right behind them. I had talked about him, the Mandan, Iowa, or the Mandan, North Dakota native. Ty Olson right now looking to the inside of that 7 machine. It's 7-on-7 battling through turns 1 and 2, and Olson going to come away with it. Just about a mere 14-hour drive for Ty Olson this weekend. Was up to Outagamie and then stayed in the area, coming down here to 141 at Speedway tonight. So have to make a trip back later tonight. 58 features. I think by my count, it was about 49 legend features. 7 wins for Ty Olson this season. Doing a fantastic job holding down that 2nd place spot as Eric Bloomer is your race leader that time by. Bloomer picked up the win last night, and he's going to try take a look at picking up the win tonight here. He's got 1 lap to go to bring home a heat race win. Ty Olson right behind him, digging, trying to catch up to that 6E machine as the white flag comes out. 1 lap to go. Lily Fossbender the final redraw spot with Faith Elmer Schultz, and Nate Warner the final transfer cars through turns 3 and 4. It's a heat race win coming back to Sun Prairie. It's Eric Bloomer bringing home the win in heat race number 3. Ty Olson comes home 2nd. Lily Fossbender 3rd. Faith Zelmer Schultz 4th, and 5th to Nate Warner. We'll see Dan Meck, Mackenzie Mall, and Talon Newman in the beam hang a little bit later on tonight. We'll have to see if Talon's able to get those gremlins figured out. Was not able to get out to qualify and barely completed a lap here in the heat race, unfortunately, there for the 14T. But out front, it's jubilation for the Legends Direct MPM Direct number 6 machine. He's out of Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. He's currently the head of the Sun Prairie Legends Direct shop. That's Eric Bloomer picking up the win in heat race number 3. Final NNS Towing heat race. Onto the track right now, it's numero 4. So we get ready to go. It will look like this. Starting from the pole, the driver out of Hortonville, Wisconsin, Mike Swenson starts from the pole. Rob Mall alongside him. Dallas Ross and Aiden Erickson. Little Cat starts along on row number 2, Dave Eberly and Mark Wellman. 5th and 6th with 7th, Oliver O'Brien, and 8th, Caden Schmidt says. A little late, but the flyover heads across the track right now. Swenson going to bring us to the green here in NS Towing Heat Race number 4. Issues for that 33S machine, slow off of the start. That allows the 99 machine of Rob Mall to take that race lead over. He has Dallas Ross right behind him, trying to challenge him for the heat race win. Aiden Erickson, Little Cat right behind them as well. That 49 machine comes all the way from Cumberland, Wisconsin, about a 4-hour drive for that crew, and they're right now challenging for a heat race win as Rob Mall under pressure from the 87th Dallas Ross. Rob Mall has been on a good run these last few weeks, picked up a 2nd place finish, if I'm not mistaken, at the Sycamore Speedway earlier on in August, and right now holds down that race lead as the 87 machine of Dallas Ross takes a look to the inside. Ross runs that low line, able to take over the race lead. Dallas Ross picked up a win at Angel Park Speedway earlier on in July, and he takes over that race lead. Rob Mall back to 2nd place with 3rd Aiden Erickson. Dave Eberly battles for the 4th place spot now as Mike Swenson holds down that final transfer spot. Mark Wellman and Oliver O'Brien going at it for the 6th place spot. That's a higher starting position in the B main potentially for either of those two drivers as they work down the front straightaway past the just at the halfway point. Rob Mall trying to find some speed in that 99 machine, tries to catch the back of that 87. Redraw spots for Dallas Ross, Rob Mall, and Aiden Erickson as it stands, but Dave Eberly right behind Erickson. He's waiting for a mistake from that 49 machine, sees if he can sneak his way on in there. Rob Mall still challenging that 87 machine of Dallas Ross for your race lead as the Dwight flag going to come out this time by 1 lap to go here for Dallas Ross. Rob Mall tries to throw caution to the wind, maybe tries to steal that race win away. Here comes Aiden Erickson. Erickson trying to steal another spot away from the two of them as they're going to be side by side down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4, Rob Mall down low. Dallas Ross up high. Erickson tries to swide. Not going to get the job done. Dallas Ross comes home with the win. Rob Mall 2nd, Aiden Erickson 3rd. Those 3 cars will go to the redraw spots. Dave Eberly, Mike Swenson. To the A main, Oliver O'Brien, Mark Wellman, and Caden Schmitz. To the B